Welcome to 5 Minutes with gray-haired Dave. He has gray hair, has a gray beard, and wears glasses like the guy in the artwork. Oh, and the guy in the artwork's better looking. Now here is gray-haired Dave.
Well, folks, what did you think of that? That was another intro from 11labs.ai or 11 Labs AI. Now, it's January 2025. I have been gone for over a month. I have had a bunch of things happening in my life, and that's beside the point. We'll talk about that in a bit. But what I wanted you to know also today, folks, is that I'm recording this also on eCam for my folks who are going to be watching this on YouTube. This is a recording of how I'm recording. So what I'm doing is I'm showing them in two different DAWs, which is a digital audio workstation, how to record. And I'm doing it in two different DAWs at the same time. I'm using Hindenburg Pro. I'm also using Logic Pro. Now, the next time I do this, I will probably use Reaper and Audacity to show them what to do and to show you what to do if this is something you're interested in doing in podcasting. Now, this is the audio portion only. Now, I'm also recording this on eCam Live, so I've got a recording there too, an audio recording. So it's very, very fun to do it that way. But I told them I was going to show you the whole show. So I may cut that off with eCam later and then edit in other things, but that's all right. I just wanted you, my listeners, my patient and hopefully listeners that are still there, what's going on lately here. Here in the United States, because that's where I live, the world is a little bit wackier than it was when I recorded my last one. I know that was at Christmas time. Happy New Year, everybody. Now, a couple of things have happened besides Donald Trump being elected to be our 47th president. He has quickly named a bunch of people he wants in his cabinet. And those confirmations are taking place this week, which is really kind of fun to watch if you're a political junkie like I tend to be sometimes. Now, if you're not, well, it's just don't watch the news. But it's people are going ape crap bananas over his choices. And I look at some of his choices and I go, wow, that was bold. Yeah, I think that person's going to do a phenomenal job. I do. That's me personally, folks. And I'm not here to force my opinions on you. I've told you that before. Just here to let you know what my opinions are sometimes. So what I had wanted you to know also is that for a second there, I backed away from the microphone. And if you're watching this on video, you'll notice that some of the wavelengths got smaller. But anyways, let's get back to this. So what I wanted also y'all to know is that a terrible thing is happening here in the United States, over in California. The wildfires, oh my gosh. The California wildfires have been going on for a week. Towns, cities have been destroyed by fire. Pacific Palisades is pretty much gone. Now, and the whole area, Altadena, I can't name them all because I don't know all the names of the towns in California, but this is such a devastating and heart-wrenching thing to watch. And to see that the people of the United States stand behind our firefighters and our first responders is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And there are so many other organizations out there helping. The American Red Cross is trying to help the hundreds of thousands of people who have been displaced because their homes are no longer there. And something that had happened in California over the last year or so is a lot of the home insurance agencies. I know I said that kind of weird. The home insurance agencies have canceled their fire insurance for these homes. It's just too expensive. And they were paying thousands of dollars a year. One guy told me, I heard online, he was telling a story that his insurance went from $1,000 a year to $4,000 a year just for fire insurance because he happens to be in a town that's right behind a mountain. And a lot of this is being spread by what they call the Santa Ana winds, which my understanding is are completely you're unable to predict what's going to happen. Oh God, it is tragic. And this is happening in LA, which means you have expensive homes to begin with. It's in LA County, and I don't know what other counties, but it's just to live there, to buy a home anywhere else in the United States under $500,000. There's over $1 million there. I mean, let's say a nice 3-bedroom home in Florida. Let's use Orlando as an example because that's where I live. Nice 3-bedroom home. You can get it for anywhere from, $150,000 to $400,000, depending upon what you want. And it can go up from there. Don't get me wrong. You can get on the golf courses and do all that kind of stuff. But you compare that to the same house, same size, same basic lot in California, and you're over $1 million. You believe that? That's insane. Insane, folks. But that's what it's like in California. And then they're running out of water. And they won't let them use this enormous, they won't let them use the ocean. They won't let them use salt water to put these fires out because it will eventually erode the pipes and erode the equipment. Who cares? Equipment is a whole lot easier to repair or replace than $1 million homes, and the businesses are gone. I saw a bank burn down. My God, a bank. And it's, who cares? The helicopters some of them have got these big bags that they're carrying underneath them, where they'll go and they'll go over a pool at somebody's house. They'll hover over it, go down low enough, and then there's somebody there to help them guide them, and they'll take the water out of the pool before they'll take the water out of the ocean. Now, the water out of the pool is probably a lot closer than the ocean is for all this, but holy cow. And I guess it's really, the wind is the way they are. Some days they can't even fly, these helicopters and airplanes. It's just, I'm sorry. I don't want to take up my whole time with you here talking about the fires, but it's devastating here. And I want you and I to both pray for the people in LA. And the first responders and fire department there, let's keep them all in our thoughts and prayers. If you wouldn't mind, please do that. Also, if you're interested, the redcross.org, AmericanRedCross.org, you can go to. There's many other organizations out there, but be careful of the ones you may not ever have heard of before you donate to them, okay? The American Red Cross, the ones for giving blood, things like that, they're pretty well known. So if you want to donate, please donate to something that is not a scam, okay? Because that's about to start happening here too. You can tell it's going to happen. You know it is, right? They're gonna be people out there wanting to rebuild them for 14,000 times the amount of money it would cost to do it normally. So our prayers and thoughts are with them today, and it's a crazy world over here in the United States right now. If you're not from here, and I know you're not laughing about the fires, but I know you're probably laughing at us about our political system and what's going on with President-elect Trump and his nominees. And I watched a little bit of a show earlier on TV today, and all they did for the first 5 minutes that I could stand was bash President-elect Trump. He's living rent-free in these people's lives, in their head, folks. He did nothing to these people, and they're just going nuts on it. I don't get it. I never had those kinds of thoughts about the presidents I didn't like, let alone the ones I do. It's just, it amazes me. So with that in mind, again, if you can donate, please do for the Red Cross or whoever you're going to use. I appreciate that, and they appreciate it. Also, folks, if you know somebody who doesn't know what a podcast is, doesn't know where to find one, and doesn't know how to choose a genre or to download or to follow, subscribe, do me a favor and show them how to do that for me. Will you please? Also, don't forget, smile at somebody you don't know. When you're out and about today, it's going to make their day, and it's going to make you feel better too. So this is Gray Hair Dave signing off. We're going back to weekly. I'm going to record one next week, and we're going to get right back on track. So you all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.